Hello and welcome to Coffee and Combat's breakdown of Diego Santos, Eric Anders, UFC Fight Night. Guess we should introduce ourselves. You can call me Frank,
You can call me George.
and according to our list, our sponsors are us, because we have no sponsors.
Frank is usually right, and George is usually wrong. So. Just saying.
For our disclaimers, there will be no sex. The violence is later on tonight, once the fight card starts. On UFC Fight Pass, we're going to be there. Language, we want to apologize ahead of time, just in case, because we tend to have a potty mouth every now and again. Occasionally.
Why are you looking at me? Hey, if you're listening to this and you go farther than where you are right now, you're probably going to hear the odd F-bomb. Or worse.
Or worse. Another disclaimer about gambling. We will be going over the fighter...
Odds.
Yeah, our odds and who we plan on picking for our choices for tonight. So, just our disclaimer about gambling. Please gamble responsibly. I mean, I'd hate to be...
And don't blame me if you lose money because I said bet on this guy and you do. You're an idiot.
I wanted to take the time to take a nod to the fighters. First, disclaimer on name pronunciation, because if we pronounce your name wrong, we're really sorry, but we're horrible at it. We're not Bruce Buffer.
Yeah, he has a week to prepare. And he gets to talk to each and every one of them and learn their name as they say it to him.
Yeah. So, yeah. We're horrible with this. And an acknowledgement of your effort. Like, thank you so much for actually fighting and putting on a show for us. We do appreciate that. If we say during our fight card as we're breaking this down that we think you're horrible with something, it's not meant to be a bad thing. It's meant to be constructive criticism. That's all it is.
Well, you know, and any criticism at all. If I say something, you know, this fighter needs to do more groundwork, and you are that fighter and you don't know you need to do more groundwork, hey,
yeah,
you should pay me. And if you want me to teach you how to do some groundwork, hey, come on over.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Okay, so we're going to start with the first fight.
Souza versus Chambers.
Souza versus Chambers. Souza, we saw her on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, I think.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
I think that's the one.
How come I didn't write it down?
I'm pretty sure that she looks familiar.
Isn't that the one that... I could be confused here. But we have her written down as a maiden because we don't have much on her.
Yeah, her record stands at 11-1, and from what I saw, her record looks fairly padded. Nothing against you, miss.
But that's the thing. I mean, we don't know until you actually fight at the actual UFC level how good you're going to be. Right now, Chambers is looking like my favorite, but the big thing that I have an issue with Chambers is that she doesn't finish a fight.
She's a decisioner.
She's definitely a decisioner. So for me, she's going to be my winner.
Now,
but
if
she's going
Souza
to
is that Brazilian gangster and really wants to put people out, she's got a 64% sub. I mean, maybe she can do something there. Chambers is an over 800 favorite. And if you're betting money and you've done this before, you know that that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
It's hard to make money on someone who's an 800 favorite.
No, that's underdog.
Are you sure?
Plus 800 underdog. Negative 1,300 favorite.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading it backwards. Nice, Robert. Yeah, our statistician.
That was my bad. I wrote it up wrong.
I called him by name, but I shouldn't have. But anyway. That's all right, buddy. What the heck is going on here?
And then, are we good for that one? Who'd you pick?
I'm gonna go with the Brazilian. I really am. She's 11-1. She looks decent. Like as long as like I said, as long as her record isn't padded, as I think it is, but we'll see. I've seen Alex Chambers fight all 9 times. Her 5-4 record says.
Yeah, she does have a habit of when she does her takedowns, she ends up on the bottom.
Unfortunately, again, it's one of those things that if you're going to put yourself on the bottom, you better know what to do when you're down there.
Oh, yeah.
And
Susan's
I'm afraid the Brazilian might just know what to do if she's on top.
Yeah. So you're going with the Brazilian for...
Yeah, unfortunately.
Decision?
Oh, no, she's going to choke her out.
Round?
I would say probably start around 3.
Round 3?
Yeah. Probably the first 2 minutes.
Okay. Next. This could be an interesting fight. Mainly because I like the name Luigi.
The Italian Stallion.
The Italian
He's 8-0, folks. Like, I don't know. For the 170-pound weight class, he's a little short. He's only 68 inches. I think that the average is somewhere near 70, isn't it not?
Where's my average?
If you check your Combat and Coffee stats, I'm sure it's somewhere near 70. I noticed they don't have the reach for him down on this thing. And that's unfortunate because I'm sure that he's in the 70-inch reach category too. Although he does look, by the picture, looks like he's got some fairly long arms on him, but I bet I'm right.
So welterweight division?
Yeah.
Yes.
The average is 70.
74.
Ooh, so they're both short for the division? Nice.
6 foot is the height. 74 is the reach. So.
6 foot is the height.
Yeah.
Right? So 6 times 12, everybody's 72. So
They're
both
both
are
short.
a little short for the division, right? They're below average in height. The 8-0 record is interesting. I honestly have not seen this young man fight.
Neither have I.
The Santos, do believe I have seen him.
Capoeira is very apt.
Yeah. I think that there's a small advantage in experience here. I mean, 8-0 sounds really nice, but this other man has had 24 fights, folks, and 3 times the experience. So
currently Vegas odds is he's the negative 900.
yeah, and I think that Vegas has probably got that right.
Yeah, I think Vegas has got that right too. The only thing is, I mean,
Zalesky,
yeah,
the Santos.
he the one thing that I need with him, I would love to see him fight a better class opponent. He needs a better name.
Well,
I know Luigi's a last minute replacement, so.
Yeah, well, and hey, kudos to Luigi for stepping up. That's awesome. Maybe he'll show us something. Maybe he'll get inside and do some damage. Because
you never know.
You never know.
These maidens are tricky.
He's got 50% KOs and 50% subs, so he doesn't go to decision. I like that.
Yeah,
and Dana White likes that too. So.
And Santos does go to decision quite a lot, so this could be a good fight. So you're finishing?
Yeah.
When? Santos?
I'm gonna say second round.
Second?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it goes all 3.
I don't think it'll go to decision. I don't think.
Okay. Next one. So the biggest thing.
I love both these guys. I really, really do.
They're getting long in the tooth, though.
You know what? They're both really nice gentlemen. If you've listened to either one of them have a reasonable conversation on an interview, they're both very nice gentlemen.
We're getting long in the tooth, though. For middleweight.
I don't think they're.
For middleweight.
Again, your average age in your middleweight category is somewhere, what
34?
33, 34, something like that. Yeah, then both these gentlemen are a little older than that, but that's okay. They'll put on a good show. If you ask me, Vegas has got them fairly even.
Oh, really?
My minus 118 to 102. So that's pretty much a pick 'em. You could bet money on either one and not make any money, but that's cool. The thing that Talis Latus has that Hector doesn't have is that 7 inches of reach. He really has a longer reach.
I think what...
And unfortunately for Hector, his jaw is a little suspect these days, unfortunately.
Actually, I think it's the opposite. For me, looking at my profile, if anything, I'd say that Hector's still fast.
Oh, he's quick in the first round. There's no question.
No, even in the third round, I still have him as being quite explosive, quite fast. Where, yeah, he's getting slow. They do say that the speed is one of the first things that goes, right?
It was for me.
Okay, so neither one of them have finished a win. Well, Hector needs a win. He does. He's on a 4-fight loss.
They both need a win.
They both need a win.
They both need a win. And unfortunately, unless it comes out to a draw, which I don't see, I do think that Hector does like to bomb.
He's good bombs. Well,
he's
getting better. He's throwing less bomb, more combinations in his late. He's not looking for the one punch knockout anymore. He's actually throwing combinations and getting the combinations to knock him out. Well, the only problem I have with Hector is that he's coming off that illegal punch of CB Holloway. So,
and this may be his last kick at the can if he does anything like that again.
Yeah. I don't know.
And kudos for CB Holloway for not saying anything bad about Hector afterwards. Yeah. Not that I saw anyway, and I scoured social media for a while, and hey, good on him.
Yeah.
I said some nasty things, but anyway.
So, who are you picking?
I think Talis is.
You're going with him?
I don't know. I don't know why. I think that.
Just we're a pick 'em in the house too.
I really I do think that that's where it's going.
And what round?
I think it's going to be the third, probably the latter half of the third.
Okay. I think it's second.
You're saying Hector in the second?
By KO, yeah.
Okay, right.
Alrighty.
Chick fight. Hey, and we can really tell these are both girls.
This is the Dana White Tuesday night.
Oh, the Myra Silva
Yeah,
one?
she's the one that made the girl quit. Remember the young girl? She waved it off after the end of the first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I like her.
Hey, and kudos to that young lady for doing that. That was smart of her because she was about to get killed.
Good personality on this one too. I like it. I like it a lot.
Jillian, what do I say positive about Jillian? She's from Canada.
Is she from Canada?
She's from Canada.
She's a finisher. She's a submission specialist finisher. We saw her do the armbar round 1 for the flyweight debut. Yeah.
I would if I was to give her some advice, and well, I can look at the odds here just for a second. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. And she may be the more experienced, but I don't think she wins this fight. I really don't.
Yeah, see, I'm with the Silva one too, even though it's a maiden.
I think that the Brazilian girl has a fire in her.
Yeah.
And I don't think Miss Robertson can withstand the fire. If that makes any sense at all.
The savage.
Yeah, and she's tough. She took some to get that armbar. She took a beating. Yeah. So she's a tough chick. Like, give her that. Yeah. Can't say anything bad about the Canadians. They live up there. They're gotta be tough.
We are up there.
Oh, okay. We live in Canada.
Yeah.
God. Stupid us.
So we're both with Silva. What round? I'm saying it all goes all 3.
I'm probably thinking it's probably going to go to decision. I think that Jillian is really that tough that she can.
She's gonna test Silva, I think.
You know, and if I'm wrong, you know what?
Oh well. Jillian is AT&T, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a good. She's not. She's.
And then nothing. And if I'm wrong, I apologize to you, Jillian, but I really do think that.
Yeah.
This young lady has got something special in her hands.
I guess we got to remember too that we're going to be in Brazil, São Paulo. That is going to factor in.
You gotta sometimes remember, everybody, that where the fight is taking place and who's judging it, and
can affect the turnout.
It can, and we've seen it repeatedly.
This one, Sergio Moraes and Ben Saunders.
Killer B.
Killer B.
Or Killa B. I think it's actually Killer, but anyway, I've always said Killer.
I always say Carol.
Killer B. Anyway, I do like Ben. Ben is a very good fighter and very entertaining.
He's very entertaining.
Very entertaining fighter and a great personality.
Yeah.
And when he does his post-fight interviews, I really want him to keep that personality going because it's awesome.
Yeah.
He's got some great experience, obviously. 22-9-2.
Yeah.
His KO rate is pretty high, 45%. I mean, that's pretty good. He's got a nice reach on him, a couple inch reach advantage.
He did a good liver shot to Jake Ellenberger for his last fight.
A 5-inch reach advantage. Yes, that was
really good.
And is that not the fight that Ellenberger retired after?
No, that was the fight before.
Oh, okay.
That was the fight before.
Anyway, and he's very active. His both hands work well.
Yeah,
I'd like to see him when he gets in the clinch use those big long knees a little bit. You know, he's got good long legs on him.
That's how he got the liver shot. But and he's extremely flexible on his back. Like, you don't want to get in this guy's rubber guard. Which brings us to Sergio. Again, this guy likes to pull guard. So I mean, these guys.
He does like to use his jiu-jitsu.
My only problem with Moraes is his punching. His stand-up is just there's definite lack of technique there. Wild shots, just swinging from the hip, like whee.
Go into the boxing gym.
Yeah.
And learn straight punches down.
Straight punches.
Down the pipe.
He would actually have more